Hello, this is Zephyra. You're listening to Etherreach, produced by Homebrew Studios. I have to get back to my reading now, but do you know if Karl has seen this episode yet? Asking for a friend. Thank you. Previously on Etherreach.
They both give me wave hopper energy.
Nerine, what's a wave hopper?
What are you two whispering about? The apple orchard?
The apple orchard!
Not broken.
Not everywhere.
I'm literally gonna
You
cry.
say that, not everywhere, and he kind of goes, And you land a solid blow in his solar plexus, and it knocks the wind out of him for a quick second.
You alright?
Good. Yes. Good.
More.
Another.
Hit me again. Why don't you just be Cedric?
That cuts to him, and he says, I was trying.
No, I think you're trying to be the son of Benedict.
She doesn't even look in the book. She closes it. She says, Yellow King. King in yellow.
Carcosa, yeah. The city of Carcosa.
I'm aware.
I read the play. All of it. And I lived.
Aurelia walks into the practice room and closes the door and sits down across from you as you're yapping. And then at some point she holds up her hand and says,
Sorry, I know I talk too much.
I don't mind that you talk too much. I would like for you to play.
Oh.
F major.
Uh-huh.
I want you to do a 1-5-7 flat,
Uh-huh.
3 chord progression.
Okay.
I want you to finish with the 2-4-5 1 progression when I give you the signal.
Okay.
Are you ready?
And do you want a cello or piano? For
Cello,
bagpipes?
please.
Okay. And Debbie's gonna immediately shut the fuck up.
I want you to make a performance check.
Okay.
You
Let's
got
hope I'm
this,
good.
Debbie. You so got
It's
this,
time for a
Debbie.
nat 1.
No.
It was a 2.
Oh.
We're total
I was close.
11.
What?
11.
11?
Can I give her bardic inspiration?
Can I get myself
No, you cannot. No, you cannot.
I got this.
Your music starts
plan.
turning depressing.
Well, you know, she did say F major, and major's not my, you know.
Forte.
No, it's not my forte at all.
you start trying to play.
Yeah.
You do immediately go into F minor, and she kind of, with her eyes closed, kind of does this. You played decently enough.
In F minor.
Yes. And you've heard her sing pop.
Mm-hmm.
However, after a few seconds of playing, there is this deep, sultry voice that comes out of her that you've never really heard before, with this impressive breath control. And you wanted emotion, and you get emotion, as there's this utter sense of a character in loneliness and in melancholy.
Mm.
What'd you roll for?
Don't worry about it yet.
Okay. With your 11 in performance, you're taken aback by it, and you stop playing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as you listen to her.
Mm-hmm.
And then you realize you stopped playing when she stopped singing. She says, sorry, something wrong?
No, I see what the hype is all about. You're beautiful. Your voice is beautiful. Sorry, I'm not used to playing in the major chords. Let me try again.
You weren't playing in major, but that's okay.
I don't suppose I was I? I'm so sorry. That's not usually the...
Do you think we sounded good together?
I mean, you sounded beautiful. I don't know how I sounded at that point.
Until you stopped playing, you sounded pretty good.
Well, thank you.
Do you believe I have emotion now?
she's gonna I rolled to see how smitten I became, and it was quite smitten. So
So you're bedroom 5 minutes, right?
Oh,
girl,
man.
please, I am not a horn dog. This soon.
This soon.
Anyway, I'm gonna recover. Yo. Wait, I'm sorry. What was I gonna say?
You were gonna say the thing.
No, I wasn't gonna say that thing. I was
Oh.
gonna say another thing. What did you
Gotcha.
say? You said, don't we sound...
Do you think we sound good together?
That's right. Yes, so I'm gonna recover, and I'm gonna kind of whip the bow under my arm and lean forward. I'm gonna go, and I'd love to know more about what that is. Would you like to continue?
Oh,
No.
God.
I'd like to go back to practicing,
Of course.
but we can practice later sometime.
Please.
Good.
I'd love to.
And she puts a hand on the door, and she says, "Thank you for seeing me as a musician," before leaving.
Aw.
Oh my God. Are you guys gonna be Lebanese?
No, we're gonna be librarians.
I thought you were American. Sorry, Aquafarian.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna text her. I'm gonna say ditto with a little heart.
You get no response.
That's fine. I don't need a response. I rolled to see how bold I was gonna be.
Hell yeah. Nat 20, titty thick.
And I didn't get a nat 20,
Nat
so...
20, show me your balls. Send.
Wait! Wrong one!
Nerine, I fucked up.
I said it to Grush. He's like... Anyway. Cool. Awesome. I've practiced enough, I think. I think I'm gonna go back to your room. No, I'm gonna try to find Karl. You should go check your room. I'm not gonna go to my room. No, because why would Karl be in my room?
Who knows?
You wouldn't put away your instrument?
Karl's an enigma.
Well, I'm carrying my instrument with me. I'm lugging a cello around. I put it in its case, and now I'm carrying the case.
Right. And you're not putting it away in your room.
I forget that I'm carrying this cello. I have tea to share with Karl.
I call bullshit.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I wouldn't forget about my cello. I want to forget about my cello, but I definitely do not forget about my cello. And yeah, I go back to the dorm room to put my instrument away.
Okay.
What do I find in my room? DM.
You see nothing.
Good.
You put your cello away.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're leaving to go find Karl,
Okay.
you come out into the hallway.
Uh-huh.
And Zephyra is there speed walking towards your dorm before she almost runs into you. She goes, "Oh, hi, Debi.
Hi, Zephyra.
So are you leaving for the day?"
Well, maybe not for the day, but I'm actually trying to go find Karl. I have something to tell him.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen him recently?
I think he was, if I remember correctly, I think he was actually in the riot room in the basement.
Oh, in the riot room. What a bitch. Oh, yeah, that makes so much sense that he'd be down there.
I
Okay.
am going to just real quickly. Oh, she did well. Okay. I would have told you if she.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much. Wait, why were you in the riot room?
Oh, I just saw him head down there.
Oh, okay. You're so right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll catch you later.
Okay.
Oh, do I have your blueberry?
No, you don't.
Can we tink blueberries?
Yes. Tink.
Tink, if you see him at all, in case I miss him, will you message me and let me know?
Absolutely, 100%. I'll let you know.
And before I go real quick, how are you guys getting along?
Who, me and Karl?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I've been trying to make sure that he, gets settled in. He seemed to have a rough start, but I think I understand him.
Oh,
And
wonderful.
I understand why you love him. I'm not. I see the wonderful soul that he has.
You have no idea how relieved I am to hear that. I love that you can see that too. I'm so excited.
For
Oh,
sure.
I can't wait for us all to hang out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna go find him now. I'll see you later.
I'll go read in my room if that's okay.
Please help yourself.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay, bye, bitch.
She opens and closes the door. What's your passive?
21.
Okay. You hear an audible.
I'm gonna go. Okay.
As the door closes.
I was really expecting like her to walk in. It's like that scene where Zuko goes into Sokka's tent and it's just him there.
I was
for us.
highly considering it. Your conversation wasn't too long. I think that the time would work out that
Next
it
time.
would. Yeah.
Yeah, because he talked to Cedric, and then he talked to Zephyra.
Yes.
You know, and I've just been
And you
playing
just talked to her earlier.
Vivaldi like 3 times.
Anything else anybody else wants to do?
Well, I was going to my room to drop off my weapons, gonna take a shower, and then go back to my room probably to sharpen my weapons.
Okay.
Unless a certain someone's there.
Okay.
Athe's there though.
When you head back to your room, you do see Cedric at his desk.
I am sweaty still.
Yes, yes, you are.
Oh,
You are
so
glistening with
sweaty.
sweat.
Oh my god.
You probably
And-
aren't even like a stinky, sweaty guy. You probably just like you're one of those guys that still smells good after you work out. Dick.
As you walk into your
Fuck you
dorm,
for having good
glistening with
genes.
sweat from your fight, Cedric is at his desk and he sees you walk in, and there's this kind of double take, and he kind of goes back and says, "Hello, Melron."
Your Highness.
As a reminder, I'm just being called Cedric. I would ask that you refer to me as Cedric.
I wouldn't ever disrespect you, Your Highness.
Man, he's reflecting on Karl's whole, why don't you just be Cedric? Meanwhile, this motherfucker's like, Highness, 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 Highness. He's like, Hulkbuster, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Melron's gonna try to just basically ignore him, and he's gonna go over to his bags to start like. Actually, he'll probably sit down to do a quick swipe of like get any of the weapons clean.
Right.
Since it's been a bit.
Right. And as you kind of do the swipe, Cedric, without looking at you, says, "I assume you came back from the gym?
I did.
Well, I hope you had a lovely workout."
Grosh is a good opponent.
Grush is. What's his fighting style like?
He seems the type that mainly uses his hands. Power person.
I have experience with that.
Insight.
Yep.
Have you seen his
He's trying to show
fingers?
off. That is a 15 plus 6, 21.
15 plus 6, 21. You're getting the sense that he's trying to very slowly ease his way into asking if you want to work out at some point.
Oh. Oh my
And like
god.
you can see that coming before.
I'd say no if he wasn't so cute.
I'm sure you have, Your Highness. And there's a tad of like just
Oh.
I don't believe that you actually
Oh, okay. So
like almost like yeah, okay.
Yep.
I'm sure
Does
you're
he
a
pick up on
fighter.
that? He does
I,
not.
it's clear I don't believe he's actually a good fighter, or at least he doesn't practice fighting much. I'm gonna grab my stuff to go to the shower.
You should just, put him in his place. Be like, yeah.
I'm gonna punch your mouth with my mouth.
And stay on it for a little bit.
I'm gonna fight your tongue with my tongue.
We're gonna have tummy sword battle.
Shush.
Who can sheath the sword in the other first?
I'm trying to do.
As we are peers, I do think it behoove us to at least test each other's abilities.
Which abilities? The sexy ones, I hope.
Perhaps you should start with someone at your level, Your Highness, and then I'll leave.
Damn! Does he take damage from that? Absolute roast? Shit!
Spicy.
When you say that, you kind of shuffle out of the room. You hear at your back, "I can always reach it." Okay.
What was he trying to say?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Does it really matter?
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
How can we
Yeah,
get...
that's basically what Melron
Heimlich
is.
maneuver.
I like my liver. I like my liver.
Heimlich maneuver.
I'm gonna go shower, get clean.
Okay.
Melron left him to die.
Probably then grab myself,
Post in the comments
Cup
what
of
you
tea,
think Cedric said.
maybe go grab one of the books, and then I'm gonna go back to the room and basically further deep clean all my stuff.
Okay.
Ignoring him, basically, just giving him very standoffish answers if he's trying to talk to me, if he's still there. That is my plan.
I think he actually burned to a crisp from that roast that you literally just said, BAM!
You literally just cast
Annihilated.
fireball.
Cedric is
I don't
not
care
there
how
by the
big
time you
room
come back.
is.
Wow.
And you
wow,
have it.
wow.
You have your tea and you have your book and you deep clean, and if you'd like, you can spend.
That's the rest of my time.
Okay, Karl,
Damn, that's crazy.
do you go down to Zephyra's room?
Are
Did you
gonna
go down to the riot room?
So before she made up that, I was considering going to the riot room. But I think after that, no. I think let's see.
Well, don't change them based on.
No. I'm trying to think. No, I'm thinking of what he would do after that situation, not
Yeah.
you saying
We
that
should
in
go
the
visit
riot room
her
line.
riot room.
That's insane. I feel. What if it's? I have a theory. I have a thought and a theory.
The thought is your roommate.
I'm gonna go to the roof.
To the roof.
I go to the roof.
And jump off.
At this point, I'll say that it's around dusk, and therefore you see Stellan, nose in the books, in his chair, making quick notes, and he hears the door open and he looks over. Hi, Karl!
I was probably just kind of blank facing.
And
He's just gonna kind of sit as close to the ledge as he can and just kind of look up.
okay,
Not close to the ledge.
and he's going to say, everything okay?
I don't want to talk about it. He just starts kicking his feet.
Yep.
His little toesies.
And Stellan's gonna kind of go back to his book, and there's 30 seconds of silence before he says, pretty good presentation.
Thanks. I liked yours a lot. Your section was my favorite.
Oh, the one about astrology?
Mhm.
Well, that was,
The astronomy and the
I'm so
planar
sorry. Yeah,
beings and
I'm
all
sorry.
Oh my
Astronomy.
god, you're still in an astrology.
Oh my
No.
god.
Spenser's an astrology girl.
Yeah. In high
What's
school,
his
I was
sign?
all over that.
Mhm. Weren't we all?
We need their signs for our document.
It's a canon. It's a canon event.
Yes,
for,
it is.
for all of
For
Gen
all
Z.
high school. Yeah.
Gen
Going
Z,
to school.
millennials.
Yes.
A canon event. Yeah.
Oh, I'm a cusper, so.
Yeah. All the cuspers especially.
Yeah, and he says, it's just all the weird facts that you and I have picked up over the years, and glad you liked it.
Mhm.
What'd you think about Seraphines?
She was good. She was she's looking to get into the medical stuff. We had a brief conversation about the stabbing needle.
Oh, right,
Mm-hmm.
because you invented that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she actually talked to me about that, and it was really cool to hear about how your life has affected others, and it's
He's being so coy.
it's really cool to see how much of a good impression you've made on some people.
He's made a really good impression on some people.
Yeah.
And at this point, he's going to come over and sit down next to you. And after sitting down still and you're kicking your feet, he kind of starts to match that rhythm. and say, clearly something else is going on, and I don't need to know that. Let's just enjoy our time here.
Yeah.
And you sit.
Mhm.
You sit and you watch the sun go down. It's a lovely little evening. When the stars come out, Stellan gets up and checks his telescope and makes notes.
Mhm.
Do you stay?
I do.
Okay. Anybody else?
Is it dinner time?
It is dinner time.
I mean,
Nerine
I've
is hungry.
Gone down
Okay.
to the riot room, but unless anything notable happens there, besides me peeking my head in and going, Karl? And no one's there.
All right. No, there is somebody there.
Oh, okay.
Elias.
Yes.
Mm.
The cousins must suffer this episode.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Can't spell slaughter without laughter.
Yeah. I definitely put the fun in funeral, my friends.
Slaughter is actually spelled suffering
Slafter.
laughter, but the uffering part is silent.
That is such a mouthful.
It's just slaughter. It's just there's a lot of silence.
The uffering is just the apostrophe of this word.
Yeah, I mean, is the riot room like an open area, or are there like things in it that would obscure viewpoints?
It's a fairly open area, and you
Okay.
kind of get the sense as you descend the stairs and you enter kind of the more flat floor area, you feel this warmth of magic pass over you, and you assume that that's the warding spell that Dean Hardmeyer had talked about. But as you head down there, you pass into it, Karl, and in response you hear this of magical energy, and you look over and Elias is hunched over at a table, and a few wisps of smoke has kind of come up and around him. He kind of shakes off one hand and then rubs his hands together, pulls an ingredient off of one of the cabinets that align the walls, and mushes it up into some mortar and pestle. And if you look into the riot room itself is fairly clear, but the crafting room that's next to the riot room is stocked full of weird ingredients and beakers and potions, and a chemistry crafting area that Elias is hunched over.
Evens I talk to him, odds I don't. I walk out.
Okay.
I take a quick
How
glance.
could you do this to us? We could have had Dwama.
See that Karl is not there, and I leave.
You're
Okay.
lucky you're not mine. I would eat you.
Now what?
Would she think to go to the roof? Well, she'd probably... She'd go back to her dorm room.
Oh no.
Is she hungry? Maybe she wants some dinner.
She would send Karl a message and be like, hey, I really want to talk to you. Let me know. Or I don't know if she'd send it to you on the sending stone that they gave us on the blueberry, but I'd send you a message somehow saying like, hey, I want to talk to you. Let me know where you are when you're free, and so we can talk as I go back up to my room.
As you head back up to your room, you try the door handle. Doesn't open. What do you do?
Zephyra, can you unlock the door?
You hear a... And the door opens, and she's standing there. She says, come in. And you
29 on insight.
coming 29 on insight, she is flustered over something. She is a little red in the face. When you take a look over to her side of the room, there are a bunch of books knocked over, covering up a bunch of the bed and a bunch of her area, and kind of spilling over into your area as well.
Interesting.
Sorry, I knocked over some of my books, and it
Are
fell
you
into your...
are you okay? Do you want
Everything's
help?
okay.
I'm gonna start picking up books and,
Okay.
and laying them neatly in stacks.
Gotcha. And when you're in your area, everything's okay, and she goes over to her area and starts cleaning up as well, and takes a bunch of the books, puts them back up in stacks.
Are you okay, Zephyra?
I'm completely fine, thank you. I appreciate it.
I feel like I keep catching you off guard. I'm so sorry.
It's a curse all my life. I completely get it.
Maybe we need to put a bell on me. That's what Karl always says.
Yes, I think that would be good.
Okay, I'll get that done then.
Okay, I guess so.
Okay. How was your... I didn't see Karl down in the riot room,
I was going
but-
to ask, you haven't seen him anywhere, have you?
No, I sent him a message, but I don't know where he is, so...
You know, I think I should send him a message too.
Oh!
I'll see where he is.
Yeah, okay. Do that.
Okay. And she types out something on her blueberry and sends it off. And was like, let's see if he responds.
Have you been getting along with anybody else?
I would have to say that I think...
I saw your really big wall of text with your group project earlier.
Yes.
And I didn't understand all of the words because we haven't gone over them all.
Sure.
But, I think you did a fantastic job.
Well, thank you.
I'm sure Karl really liked it.
He definitely looked like he did, and I'm happy to see that he enjoyed that. I think I'm a little tired.
Oh,
And
right.
Were you going to stay in here for some reason?
Yeah, but I'll just be over on my side.
Okay. I think I'll try to take a nap.
Okay.
thank you. And she goes over to her side, blocked up by the mattress. And she, for all intents and purposes, tries to go to sleep.
Uh-huh. Blue-balled to shit.
Karl, you receive 2 texts within quick
No
succession.
text from Asterial?
What?
No text from Asterial, I imagine.
No.
My text to you is, and think of, very aggravatingly an annoying amount of exclamation points and emojis going, Karl, where are you? I want to know where you are so I can talk to you. I have tea to spill. Let me know when you get this. Let me know when you're free. Let me know where you are so we can talk. Yay! Love you. Miss you.
Oh, my phone broke. I think I got a text and then it blew up.
You get a
Just pink
text
smoke.
soon following that from Zephyra saying, I don't mind waiting for you.
That's wild. She's wild.
She's bold.
She came
and
in
brash.
ready.
She didn't. Karl just happened.
I mean, if she's horny, Aster is available.
Yeah. Asher is there. Little
Bleh.
whore.
Little wave hopper. A fucking guy.
So, Nerine, you head to dinner.
Yeah, hungry for dinner.
You hungry for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And
Dinner
as you sit
time.
down and you kind of sit in the cafeteria and you sample all this land food, and there are some other different ones that you haven't tried before, in particular pasta. It's like noodles. It's very similar to noodles, but it's not quite. It's a little bit more of a different texture.
And the thing is, like, the noodles
This
that
is
I
marketing
have,
for the noodle company?
the noodles that they have in Aquaferia is different because they don't have wheat.
Yes.
Like, Nerine has had pasta maybe because, like, they probably have
Seaweed noodles.
imported it.
Mm.
Yeah. Like, definitely,
Oh, maybe rice, because rice is in, like, water fields, so maybe, like, rice noodles.
possibly. I feel like probably, yeah, because she's definitely upper class. Definitely, like, bordering
You have
noble.
access to the rice.
Yeah, so
In
we
partic-
probably have imported.
I want you to decide how you feel about mac and cheese.
She fucking loves mac and cheese,
That's
man.
what I thought.
She
Yeah,
listens
she
to
does.
nudes.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
does. She gets heartbroken.
She likes
over
the
beef
shells.
roast.
She likes the shells.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
With
true.
white cheddar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She likes all the cheese, but white cheddar just hits right.
Mm-hmm.
It hits white.
Yeah, it does.
No,
And
mac
as soon as you
cheese.
learn
Yeah, I
that
do too.
milk comes from cows,
Maybe we can
you're
make some.
loving it.
There. Do you kind of stay in the cafeteria after your gym sesh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she's already so used to being like kind of damp and like listening
Mm.
that she's not even thinking like I should go shower.
Oh man, literally someone who smells like fish is walking around.
No,
No.
it's
Her
Smell
scent
like
is
salt?
listed.
I know.
She smells like a lovely ocean breeze.
and as you kind of a stinky ocean breeze because
She's
you
not low tide.
She's a little stinky.
Okay,
you
yeah.
had a workout.
Yeah.
That's
I'm not Melron.
You're not
okay?
Melron, but
You wish you were.
as you take in kind of this
We all wish we were.
the mac and cheese and stuff, the people in particular that like come in and stay a while, they don't like to grab their food and go back to their dorm or go somewhere else.
Mhm.
The people who stick around are Grush, Asher, Phelan, and Corbin works in the kitchen.
Mhm.
But those are going to be your big people that if like you want to have a full-on conversation or an interaction with them, those are your options.
Well, of course I'm gonna go sit with Grush
Okay.
because Narine's not too keen on the wave hoppers.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have gotten a big plate of food,
Mhm.
and Grush's overpowers yours. It is all protein. It is
Yeah.
all
No mac and cheese in sight.
sausage and meatballs and
I mean,
Ham
Nerine
and-
probably also has some sausage and meatballs on her plate too.
okay.
I bet she'd want more sausage and meatballs.
And while you're kind of having a sampling of all these different things, it's a
Mhm.
very specific course of some veggies and meats
Mhm.
on Grush's plate.
Oh
As
yeah.
you come up and you sit down next to Grush and you come, oh, and takes the dictionary out.
Hi, Grush.
Hello, Nerine.
It's good to see you again.
Good to see you too. How was your second day?
It was good. It was very nice.
Excellent. And
How's yours?
I I had fun with Cedric and Zephyra.
Oh, cool.
Yes, they are good people.
I would think so. I've been meaning to meet them.
You haven't met.
I have not gotten to meet them, like, directly.
Oh.
Mhm.
Do you direct? Okay. I will help you meet them in class.
Thank you, Crush.
Yes, of course.
And with that, he kind of loses train of thought as he's trying to think of another topic to talk about.
How are you liking the school?
School is pretty
Mm-hmm.
different from my country.
Same.
Do you think it's bad? This different?
No. I think different is good.
I am trying to think like you with that.
What's your home like?
Harsh, rough, difficult, but good for living.
Hmm.
And really living.
I'm gonna insight that. 23.
Your interpretation of that in more eloquent terms is that he feels that this is very fake. And he thinks that his home is tough and difficult and life is hard, but it makes him appreciate life more. And this is much more of an easy, cushy lifestyle. And it's hard to tell if he likes it or not.
Well, it is only the second day, and it will probably take getting used to. But
Getting used to.
like like,
I love this interpretive, Dan.
Yeah. Yeah, this is great.
you know, feeling normal.
Feeling, and he kind of does the same thing, but he's not nearly as wavy as you, so it kind of looks kind of odd and weird. And he says,
Feeling normal. Normal. Interesting. You think this normal?
No,
No?
not for me.
Not for me too.
Where I'm from, everything is wet and smooth and slippery. And she's trying to think of the right words to use to kind of explain how different this whole experience is from Aquatheria.
Could you show me picture
I can show you a picture tomorrow.
tomorrow?
I don't have any on me right now, but I do in my room.
Okay. I show you to Zephyra and Cedric,
Okay.
and you show me Aquatheria.
Okay. Would you like to tink? Blueberries?
Yes, I would. What is tink?
Tink. It's the sound.
Oh. In Orc we call this kumph.
Humph.
Kumph.
In Aquan, we got.
So cool how countries meet.
It's really cool.
Sit
And we eat?
Yes.
And he digs in, and it's a little gross. It's a little just caloric intake.
Have you ever seen a Lakotha eat food? That's pretty wild.
Yep.
Yeah.
And as the two of you eat, you two are left alone. And I would say that is your first impression of Grush, and now you have his blueberry.
Yeah.
Blueberry.
Nerine has the happy wiggles.
We have blueberry.
We have blueberry.
And with that, we bring our day to a close. As we wrap up and start to go into our nighttime, the night closes. Is everybody going to their room?
Yep.
You are?
Oh, I'm already in my room.
Okay. You're already in your room. You're already in your room.
Does Cedric come back, by the way, at some point?
Yes, he does. But he mainly ignores you and goes right
Good.
to bed.
I'd probably just hang out with Stellan.
Okay.
So wherever he is, I'll go.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you two are rooming. At around, I want to say 9 o'clock is when he packs up a bunch of his stuff. The telescope is welded into the school. So,
Thanks to you.
Well, that
he
way
can't
it doesn't
that.
move, so we can keep studying stuff until the end, and then I'll take it out.
And
I built the damn thing.
he brings all the papers together and he says, "All right, do you want to head back down?"
Yeah.
And you head back into your dormitory together, and there's some light conversation, mainly from Stellan, as you two pack up and eventually go to bed.
Nerine's gonna go take a swim in the fountain.
Okay.
Hell
A
yeah.
little nighttime swim.
Yeah.
You notice the people that are. If you're noticing who's out there, you see Cedric and.
I'm just imagining you go to swim and then Gage. Congratulations, you're being rescued.
I think it's actually for tonight.
Please do
it's
not
gonna be
resist.
just Cedric.
Bet.
How long do you stay out there, though?
I mean, Nerine didn't swim yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Past like maybe before heading out to come here.
So it's been definitely over 24 hours.
Yeah. She needs a good soak.
Okay.
So I'd say at least 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you say that you stay out there until 8:30?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Mhm. Working off all those carbohydrates.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And in that time, as you start to kind of pull yourself together, and as you get up and shake yourself off as best you can, you start to wander back inside. And as you're heading back up the stairs, you pass by Saren heading down the stairs, away from the dormitories. And he kind of politely waves at you, heads into the gym, and he disappears.
Nighttime boy.
You don't see where he goes after that.
Okay.
But then you head to your dorm.
Mhm.
Aurelia is in there, and there's some polite conversation. And if nothing else, if you folks do nothing else, that's where the nighttime starts.
Yep.
Mhm.
For this nighttime, it's relatively peaceful, except for one person. Sorry. Hang on, sorry.
Drama. It's drama time.
Who do you think it's gonna be? Who the one person's gonna be? Is it gonna be one of us? Is it gonna be empathy?
I don't know.
Probably the person who asked for the nightmare drove.
There is this wave of panic that sets over Melron at some point in the night.
Oh my god, is it gay
And a memory floods back. But it's different. It's twisted by the dreams. They're standing at a roadway in an intersection, walking with their sword on their hip, and something reaches out and slashes across their face. The pain erupts from deep within their chest and into their head as they go to their sword and brandish it. As they brandish the sword, the void and the world is twisted and splotchy, and it weaves back and forth. And then there's another flash, and across the shoulder, another gout of blood appears and splatters along the roadway. And Melron grabs the shoulder and tries to bring himself together, and he pulls the sword again. But as he starts to pull out the sword again, across the chest, up again, and then along the back, and then along the leg, and cuts, and scars form, and it heals over, and there's so many different scars and everything that forms, and across their forehead, and they fall, and they feel the blood pour from their scalp, across their chin, dripping into the roadway, as they're breathing, and their breathing becomes labored, and he looks into a puddle, and he can't recognize himself, and he looks up, and he sees the person, not the one who slashed him, but a passerby, adorned with blues and gold, who leans down and gives him just a single, solitary piece of clothing that has a circle of arcane runes dressed into a religious symbol. It ties itself together and crosses over Melron's eyes. And as Melron reaches up to try to grab at the person who gave them this, he feels the hands of the person who gave him it, and they throw him aside. And he lands into the roadway, in the wet and the rain. And as he kind of reaches up and tries to see and pulls down his blindfold, he sees all the faces of all the people who have been surrounding him in his life, and in the middle comes this large face who's not laughing, who's not crying, who's not mourning, but viewing him impassively and seeing his disfigured face and body and seeing nothing. And as Melron begins to writhe and move and try to break himself out of it, you feel two hands on your shoulders and you instinctively lash out with your dagger. And you come to, and you have cut Cedric across the shoulder. As he and he pulls away, and you can see red across his hand.
Melron's breathing super heavily. And he goes to, like, stand up and, like, move, like, towards the door to, like, just leave.
Wait.
And he falls to the ground.
Wait. You were screaming. Are you okay?
None of your business, Your Highness. I apologize for cutting you.
No, that doesn't... You were saying things. Are you okay?
Melron's gonna try to, like, just get up and leave.
I'm trying to help you. Will you just listen to me? And he kind of thrashes and watches you walk down the hallway.
I'm gonna just leave the building.
Leave the building. Okay, so you head down the stairs, and he will follow you, trying to...
In your undergarments?
Trying to yell the
No,
same
I'm
thing.
still wearing my shirt. I don't put on pajamas. I wear my...
Completely naked.
Dick out.
And as you make your way down the
Make this
stairs,
crater
you
along
head
the
into
floor.
the second floor and head
I
down.
keep my hand over my eye patch and my eye.
Mm-hmm. And as you start to make your way out the door, you hear him yell behind you, "I'm only trying to help you! If you would just listen to me!"
I don't need pity from a privileged prince.
And you walk out. You don't see his reaction. And you head out into the cool night. What would you like to do?
I'm walking out into the woods just to find some peace and quiet away from everything and just sit down
Okay.
and recover myself.
You do so. You find a nice quiet grove. There's a light call of birds off in the distance, some rustling in the bushes, but all very casual nature sounds. As you breathe, bring yourself to.
And I probably at some points like lift up parts of my clothing, just look at myself that I'm me, that I am Melron.
Beautiful porcelain skin. Untouched. Completely fine.
Except for this. I will stay out there the rest of the night until morning, when it's an acceptable time to go back in and get breakfast.
Okay. As you sit out there, you do hear some commotion in the woods around you. I would like for you to roll a stealth check, please.
Ooh. Stealthy. Who's sneaking around? Nat 20.
Nice! Go!
It's a total of
Let's
29.
Go!
So you remain utterly hidden in the darkness as a figure passes not too terribly close to you. I'd say about 30 feet away. You see, around what you would estimate to be 2 a.m., the figure of Saren, very deliberately and kind of somewhat jogging, but it's labored and rough as he's kind of running back through the forest back up to the school, and he doesn't see.
Oh my god, he's a werewolf.
Is he like, just looks like he's exercising or just trying to get back?
He is trying to get back to the school. It doesn't look like he was
Not running from
I
something.
mean, he's not running from something. He's not looking over his shoulder.
Okay, then I'll let him.
Yeah.
I'm in my own shit right now.
You have yourself to take care of.
Yep.
You ain't got no time.
Okay.
Yep.
And night passes. You would not take a long rest.
That is fine.
Okay. Cool. So I know nothing.
Is that
really...
a one level of exhaustion, I imagine?
Yes.
Yeah, Melron is an EP boy.
And that is a semester crammed into one night.
That's crazy.
Wow, that was a pretty good episode. I've had a couple theories about who the big bad could be at the end. I don't know about you, I'm thinking it might be Lyra. Just some of the things I've read about psychology seems to point me in that direction. Anyway, have a great day.